Welcome to the Brand Thinking Podcast from Brand Pulse. In our podcast series, we explore current topics in strategic brand management and aim to excite, entertain, and above all, inspire you with our thoughts. My name is Thomas Ramsayer, and I am the founder and CEO of Brand Pulse, one of the leading branding agencies in Switzerland. We live in economically challenging times. The world, as we knew it, is changing with great strides. Companies are challenged to face these changes and adapt their strategies and branding accordingly. That's why I'm speaking today on the topic of the brand as initiator of change processes. The pessimist complains about the wind. The optimist expects it to change. The realist adjusts the sails. What the American author William Arthur Ward once said, most companies have to do again and again in today's increasingly dynamic business world. They have to reset their sails. Volatility and disruptions are now on the daily agenda. Customers are changing their information and buying behavior at an unprecedented rate. The world is becoming faster and more transparent due to digitalization and data availability, and it is becoming smaller due to globalization, but at the same time more confusing. The COVID-19 pandemic has increased the pace of change even more. Business leaders from small SMEs to global enterprises are challenged by new trends in society, the working world, corporate governance, and marketing. Companies can only successfully stay on this roller coaster of challenges if they can adapt to these new realities with the best possible agility. The ability to anticipate the omnipresent change, to manage it actively, and to use it positively for oneself often decides about market leadership or decline. Change is the magic word of this decade. Companies are challenged to change and adapt to new realities. In a recent study by Horvath, a global performance management and transformation consultant, 68% of the companies surveyed said they had established a specialized transformation and change management team in recent years. So the readiness for the required agility is there. Companies have recognized that they need to take action to change. The brand plays an important role in these change processes. If it is strong, the brand serves as an indispensable management tool, especially in turbulent times, and creates clarity both internally and externally. This is why the brand has never been as important as of today. On the one hand, the brand helps to set the sails anew. In these turbulent times, companies are challenged more than ever to think about what their brand stands for, what it doesn't stand for, and where they should go next. Strategic brand management is the best instrument for initiating change processes in a company. There are 5 central questions that need to be answered. First, where is my market heading, and am I meeting this trend? Second, what are my performance strengths and weaknesses? Third, how attractive am I for my customers, and how contemporary is my branding? Fourth, how clearly do I differentiate myself within the competitive environment? And fifth, am I able to deliver on my brand promise in a credible and relevant way? Experience shows that the answers to these questions demonstrate with great accuracy the direction in which a company, or rather the brand, must develop. On the other hand, the brand is the only instrument that can communicate the readiness for transformation to the external stakeholders of a company by means of a contemporary brand appearance. Those who adapt to the new circumstances organizationally, but do not make this transformation visible, have only done half the work. True to the motto, change and show the world. One thing that must not be forgotten is the fundamental shift in communication to the digital world, and the digital offerings of disruptors have radically changed the aesthetics of brand images in recent years. Image dominance, flat design, geometric typography, motion design, tiling principles, reductionism, and responsive logos are just a few of the keywords. Those who want to do without these design fads run the risk of appearing old-fashioned and less contemporary. Unfortunately, many brands lack the courage to break with outdated design traditions and adapt their visuals to the new times. Often, this requires more revolution than evolution. In this way, they not only miss the opportunity to increase the attractiveness to stakeholders, and especially to customers, but they also miss the chance to make their ability to transform tangible to the outside world. And this is precisely the right step to take in view of the dynamic changes in our economy and society. Change always means opportunity and risk at the same time. But if you don't want to drown, you should rather focus on the opportunities. And the only question that needs to be asked on this subject is, are you ready for this? So the future will be very exciting. In any case, I wish you every success in your ongoing change process and look forward to a lively discussion on this topic. I look forward to welcome you back to the Brampo's Brand Thinking podcast soon, and thank you for your attention.